Now, one thing is there, if you are very keen to join the armed forces, and you must have read some articles related to armed forces, military ke tactical things, what are the ways. You remember the Ottoman style which Babur created to win the war? He had created a very unusual style of warfare in which instead of having parallel armies, they had a semicircle style, and thus they were able to surround the entire army. That was a style which he had created. Plus he had also used tactics of warfare in which his artillery was well positioned. And that is why, even though Ibrahim Lodi had a much bigger army, but Babur won the war because he had used tactics. Similarly, there was this General Rommel, which was called the Desert Fox for the Hitlers, for the Nazis. He was considered very intelligent in warfare. There are many other generals which have been there, including Napoleon, including our Honorable Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, including others. And you often, now that you are in Google, आप Google में हो तो आपको बहुत सारी war tactics, strategies के बारे में पढ़ने को मिलता है, including what we are seeing today, the propaganda machine. They are all, everybody is singing that I don't know who's won. Frankly speaking, sometimes I wake up and I don't realize whether we won the Operation Sindoor or Pakistan won, or was it Turkey which has won again, or was it some other country which has come down, or is it America which was playing a volleyball practice match? I don't know. Why? Because of the propaganda machine. The propaganda machine is generally created to motivate the soldiers, to create a different type of thought process. You know what happens? That is why people were objecting for election के बाद वो जो आता है ना कि trend of election, वो जो back मिलता था हम लोग को. We used to talk about the trend of election, where is it going. क्यों मना किया था? Because many times अगर election complete नहीं हुआ है और एक से पता चल रहा है इसके फेवर में हो रहा है, तो human nature है, जीतने वाले के साथ हो लेता है. If they realize one political party is winning, then everybody becomes into that. That is why it was stopped by the judiciary. Similarly, in war propagandas also, it creates motivation. So it is very important. It's a psychological game which is played. But along with it, there are many other tactical things which is used in our military. And you have some things which you learn out of curiosity. आपका रुझान है, आप ही जा रहे हो ना armed forces, you're going. So when you're going into the armed forces, आपका interest है, तो you'll be learning from different sources. It doesn't stick to your physics, chemistry, biology. You learn out of curiosity. You do one thing. If you have not done, go Google. See a small few things. Effective war techniques, military tactics, what have been there, who are the great generals. 2-3-4 चीजें पढ़ लो यार. Now when you do this out of interest, because I am guiding you, and you do it, and later you tell the officer, and the officer asks you anything, and you give him the details, he'll be happy with you, because this will justify that you are really interested. इससे पता चलेगा कि हाँ वाकई रुचि है. अरे थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई आप लोग ने नहीं की तो मेरा काम है कि आपको जगा के करवाऊं. It is my duty to help you, to make you understand that you should study. You're getting the point? And you study that yes, this was war tactics. Now you have understood that many a times war zones, there are tactical factors in the war zone. You study that. There are beautiful movies which is there, Maverick, Top Gun. It is also talked about tactical warfares. There is something called, that we have that dogfight which we have in the airplanes. How do we play? There are many people who are very interested in the Air Force, Army, Navy, and from a small childhood they are playing their dogfights. वो video games में खेलते हैं. So naturally you have ideas, and this is going to only verify that you have interest. So if you will study all this, it will sound better. You don't have to do a research on it. इसमें कोई गहराई से एक शोध नहीं कर रहा है, बस points याद रखने हैं. so that you can come up well and you can prove that yes, you know. You should have some ideas of great generals, like anyone. For example, I talked about General Rommel. Yes, he was from Hitler army, but they were good generals also. They were from other side also. So when you will read about them, then you will come to know, okay, this is how it is done. And any warfare, we in the armed forces are not interested in politics. We are more interested in winning the war. We are interested in protecting our country. We are interested in using all tactics in war. Become the winners. Use drone, use other technology. You know everything is happening today, right? We have this Sudarshan. So what is Sudarshan? You should be aware why we are using it, why we are thinking of developing Tejas, and why we are thinking of developing our own systems. Why? What is the benefit of it? Why we are developing the arms industry for our Indian position, so that we are going to supply economical and reliable armed forces things. Why the warfare was taught by America when they had some failures, military failures. It is only very clear that they don't want that their instruments are considered useless in war conditions. It will have a huge impact on their industry. उनके ऊपर असर पड़ेगा कि भैया उनके यंत्र बिल्कुल बेकार है. तो ये भी लड़ाई का हिस्सा था. सिर्फ टेररिज्म की बात नहीं हो रही थी, बहुत सारे खेल थे. It was a lot of games which really resulted in this war, in this Operation Sindoor. And as a result of Operation Sindoor, many things got exposed. And that is what everybody is worried about. There is a belief of Kirana Hills. So everything you should study, you should have curiosity should be there. So if you have curiosity, you should be having knowledge. And if you have knowledge, then why don't you answer the question? That is exactly the whole process. So आपकी knowledge होनी चाहिए और आपकी process. The concept is only to go down into the Google and find it out. I am warning you because you will become a more evolved person, more smarter person, more likable person, and you will prove yourself that you have the right sense of motivation and interest. You should never, but this is the rule of human resource employment, that we should never select a person who's not having the interest, who's not having the inclination. It is not that I want to wear the uniform, I think it's a respectful, so I want to join. There has to be many set of reasons. That is why this concept becomes important. Because if you know, if you have interest, and then you have some kind of analytical point also, and he's asking, okay, what should have been a new military tactics, क्या करना चाहिए था, तो आपने दूसरे का quote किया, you said this could have been better, this was more effective. There are many times when war tactics are also reason of discussion. Everything teaches you. Yes, you will have to create new one, but everything teaches. It's a addition, add-on system. Is it clear to all of you? So you understand, please do this. I am giving lectures only for waking you up. Jag jao. अब a soldier's entry है, they should have more interest because they have been given they have already given few years into this concept. So what have they been doing over the part time? So that is very important. I hope you will understand this. Hope you understand that these small talks of few minutes is only to wake you up, to make you stronger, to make you understand. Yes, there are casual ones, but I am digging and motivating you both so that you do well. God bless you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.